1, 2, 3, 4 houses to take a look at today. 4 really great builders we're big fans of that you're gonna love the pricing on. When we get to the 2-story right there, you're gonna love that bathroom. The one on the end, kitchen cabinets, chef's kiss. I will show you all of those. We'll get there eventually, but we're gonna start in this one right here, and the vault that you see in that ceiling is pretty great. Not gonna lie to you, this is gonna be the most expensive builder out here. Kind of shocking, honestly, because the one down on the end, that's Highland. And we love Highland. And I love, again, I'm a big fan of all of these builders, but when I show you the pricing for what you could get into a Highland in this neighborhood for, you might be convinced that that's the house that you need to buy. So if we haven't met before, my name is Zach. My team and I, we sell new construction real estate. That's what we specialize here in DFW. If you have questions, you're coming to DFW and you want into one of these homes in a brand new neighborhood, I want to help you get that possible. I want to help you, want me to get help with my grammar, but I want to help make that possible. So reach out if you have questions right there. And I'm gonna just go, let's take a walk right inside. Model numero uno. House number 1 on our tour. It's gonna be a super awesome KHOV home. I wanna show you all the fun things inside of this. One of the things I love about KHOV is when you build with them, they design more in packages. So this would be like, if I would recommend them for my people that are like, hey Zach, we just don't want to make a ton of decisions. Like we don't want the decision fatigue. We also want to be like super conscious on our pricing and know straightforward exactly what we're going to spend. I think KHOV would be my recommendation for that, because they're going to do it all kind of in-house, give you the information you need, give you the design packages and not overwhelm you, but also still give you a really, really beautiful home that you're going to see as we get ready to walk through it. So come on. So this is kind of what we were talking about with the package series. So you've got loft, farmhouse, and classic. So the cool thing about this is, well, I call them packages. They call them looks. I have to say the right thing. Oh, and then so elements, loft, farmhouse, classics. So you can easily come in and say, I want to go farmhouse. And then you pick up the book and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in every series. So it gives you a very clear understanding of like, this is what we're getting, right? And they have straightforward pricing for all of their plans based on the look that you pick, based on the number within that look. And then there's a few additional selections that can be made within that. Number 6, I'm not gonna show you all of them. A few additional selections that can be made within those packages as upgrade options. So the good thing about that is, like we talked about, it gives you a farmhouse, gives you all the different options, and it gives you straightforward pricing if you're wanting to build, right? And so you're not having to worry about making 1,000 decisions and having to worry about sticker shock on budget. So not for everybody, but it is for some people. And I think they build with a solid quality deal, right? So let's go check out the rest of this house. All right, y'all, so here's the thing. People love, get down here real low like that. People love these freestanding tubs. I ain't even gonna try to get in it. Y'all don't wanna see that. Here's my thing. I think they're pretty. I don't know how functional they are. Like having to clean behind it, and you might fit 2 small people in there. You ain't fitting 2 of me. I think I would rather have a bigger tub and not have to clean behind it, but that's just me. So let's go back to the kitchen. So I will tell you, I like K-Hob. I think they build a good home. I do have a pet peeve though. Can I show you my pet peeve? Here we go. Come right over here. I'm gonna look right down there. I need a windowsill. It's just straight sheetrock, drywall, paint. I mean, it looks fine, but I would like to have a windowsill. Also, I have a partner that sells for another builder. I won't tell you who, but that's a running joke that we have. And I know he watches my videos. So if he's watching, that one was for you. Because he always called it out. He'd be like, yeah, well, you could buy with them, but you're not gonna get no windowsills. And so, my buddy, that one was for you. Got this pricing sheet. The salesperson did just tell me they were taking a price decrease. So let's see. They don't have one of these. No, they don't have one of these currently on the ground, but you can get into a K-Hob home. Here's what I'll tell you. This is the start of our tours for the day. This is gonna be probably the most expensive builder out here. I think they have some of the larger lots, bigger homes. And again, you get this like big, beautiful, let's flip it upside down. Shoo, sheesh, as the kids say. Vaulted ceiling. The one is priced at cheapest one, let's see, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,800 square feet, $415. And again, before any price reductions that we know they're gonna come, any incentives, which I think are great. And then of course you can build out here with them. Got a couple different options, this plan, or we could, run all the way up to 3,100 square feet, 4-bed, 4-bath at $526 before any pricing negotiations, things like that. So I think they build a beautiful home. Couple quirks, couple things that I'm like, meh. But from a standpoint of clear, straightforward pricing, I think this is a solid option. Next, we're gonna run to David Weekley. I've got some cool things to show you over there, especially once you see the kitchen in the first home. I think you're gonna be wowed. So, and there's a bonus space that I gotta show you that's gonna be super great. So let's go next door. All right, so I don't know when you're seeing this video, but if you're seeing it before the end of October 2024, I have to tell you, so most builders, before we go to David Weekley, most builders operate on a calendar year budget. So, January to December, and you kind of get the big push at the end of the year to get houses sold. K-Hob, on the other hand, their fiscal year ends at the end of October. So they're in their like blitz right now trying to make deals happen. What does that mean? Might mean that there could be some price reductions. How much? I don't know. I'm just telling you, they're one of the builders that closes their books at the end of October, not at the end of December. So if you're seeing this in October and you want to buy a K-Hob home, it might be beneficial to try and get it under contract before October 31st. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let's run to the next house. K-Hob, done. Next, on to David Weekley. What you're gonna see in this one is, honestly, it's pretty impressive. And then I'm gonna tell you the price, and you're gonna be like, I can get all that for that. And you're gonna be like, yep, 3 bedrooms, and a game room, and a study. Come on, let's go. Okay, so right here, I wish I could just like pencil in a wall, because this is garage space. So you watch this and you're like, oh, what's that? Garage space gets turned into offices, so just drop the wall and then let's keep going. And yeah, you're gonna like this island. Here we go. It's also a good time to point out David Weekley's advanced framing with 50% thicker wall, which by math means 50% thicker wall equals stronger wall. I'm not making fun of it. They do frame with 2x6s comparative to a 2x4 framing. So it's gonna be very energy efficient. Honestly, a lot of new homes are. So it's one of the benefits of buying new, is you get the energy efficiency. You know, they celebrate their energy, the HERS scores, all that good stuff. At the end of the day, it means you have a lower electric bill. I do love these, like, we've got a lot of builders now that have something similar to this space in their plan. It's like they call it an activity room flanked by bedrooms. And then of course we've got a bathroom there. Good space for kids, or you're like, hey, you know, becomes a playroom, or it grows as your kids grow, or you're thinking, hey, we need to move parents in. You could easily kind of close this off right there and make it their own little living room space kind of thing. So I also wanted to point out about the kitchen, but well, let's finish the house and then I'll tell you what I was going to tell you about the kitchen. All right, so back to what we were saying about the kitchen. So I don't know if you noticed when I walked by earlier, but this kitchen has the upgraded cafe style appliances. So oven, dishwasher, range, vent hood, things like that. All things that are doable with them in the design center and priced relatively well. So you know, you've got a lot of options with David Weekley and their designs. Floor plan lays out really, really well. Again, with it being 3 bedrooms, a game room, lifestyle, whatever you want to call it, good open concept spaces. They build a really good quality home. You want one of these. This is we said this was a blue bonnet. You want one that's ready to rock and roll. You got one at $439, 3 bed, 2.5 bath. So it has the half bath up there where that closet was. $439, or interesting, they have another one, $394. Maybe it's on a smaller lot. We'll have to figure it out. But it's very doable, especially if you're willing to come be out in this area, which people are like, Zach, it's really far. Zach, it's not that far. It's like 35, 40 minutes from downtown. with a little bit of traffic, growing area, great schools. You've got access to 30. I'll show you on the map in a little bit what we're talking about. But if you want to find that like 300 to 500 price point, you're gonna have to be a little bit further out, especially as DFW continues to grow and expand and people continue to move here. Like, that's just what it's gonna have to be. I wish it wasn't true, but if you're wanting to be, you know, sub 500, it's gonna have to be a little ways out. And even now, like some of the bigger cities like Salina, Prosper, Frisco, like you're not touching those for anything under like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8. So you wanna find a good deal, you gotta be willing to drive a little bit of a ways. So let's go see the 2-story. So David Weekley has 2 models out here. This one in a 2-story. I think you're gonna like that. Let's go check it out now. That was the 1-story David Weekley. There's the 2. And I think you're gonna like it. So come on. Oh, I don't know. You might feel weird about this like entry point, because this is kind of like, I feel like you need a gate right here. So you can be like, halt, and don't come into my house. Kind of weird, but I promise the rest of the house makes up for it. A couple of these builders are starting to put laundry rooms right at the front door. I don't know if I love it. I don't know if I hate it. I don't know if it's even like a thing for me. I've noticed it, and you kind of see it when you get into a little bit of these plans that are designed to be built like 40, 45, 50, 55 foot lots. I get it. It's a use of the space. Not sure how I feel about it yet. But it's definitely a thing that they're doing. Come on. So this would be your downstairs study. Now, normally we would go that way, look at the kitchen, look at the living room, hit the master bedroom, and then we go upstairs. I don't feel normal today, so let's wander upstairs. Come on. And we made it. Okay. Okay, whatever. Here we go. Game room, here we go. Hey, it works for Dak. Maybe it'll work for me. All right, loft space. I always wonder, you see these jars of food? You think anybody ever eats out of these? It's glued shut, never mind. All right, downstairs, kitchen, living room, and primary, here we go. One of the things I love about David Weekley homes when you build with them is they actually have their own design center. So a lot of the builders here locally use a couple of different design center builders that design, excuse me, for several builders. David Weekley, on the other hand, has one central, this is the only people they design for, so it's their own in-house people, which means if you see it in their design center, you can put it in their home, which is really, really cool for a lot of different reasons. So that means when you're thinking about building with Weekley, like I said, if you see it in their design center, it's probably an option. They're not gonna do quote unquote custom changes, but they do have the ability to kind of do a little bit more things that maybe you wouldn't find with a different builder. And also, even when you don't necessarily go to design, but you buy from their inventories, their homes are always really, really well designed, put together. I think they do a really nice job. So I'm gonna stop talking. I still got living room and kitchen and primary to show you, so come on. All right, here's the thing. Big fan of the big shower. Like a really big fan. Cause you got 1, 2, and you got the rainfall up above. If you can do it, I would do it. Because there's nothing like, oh wait, let's turn it on. You can't see it. I was dumb. I don't know why I thought I could show you that. You can't see water, but the rainfall shower head, in my opinion, is where it's at. So we gotta go back to the kitchen because I think they've got one of these on inventory. Sit you down and I'll be right back. Hold on. Where are you? Found it. Hope y'all didn't mess anything up while I was gone. Good incentives on building, like $30,000 in design kind of incentives to build on dirt since they just opened a new phase, but also some really good inventory stuff to get you in right as we come into the end of 2024, first part of 2025. If you want this particular house that we're standing in, this Huron plan, let's see, they have 1, 2, 3 of them that'll be ready before the end of the year. 4 bed, 3 bath. This is 2,174 square feet, 379, 384, 389. Holy cow. 2 stories. 2,100 square feet. Weird kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know my shapes. I said I know my shapes and then I called it a freaking pentagon. Hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hexagon shaped island. They have, like I said, they have 3 of them. 384.9, 379.9, 389.9. Before we ever talk incentives, before we ever talk closing costs, before we talk rate buy downs, price reductions, you know, or definitely could pick up a build on one of these. Take it for what you want. Okay, so we finished the K-Hob, we finished the 2 David Weekleys. We're gonna finish with the Highland. we know they always build a really great home. And for the amount of space in this house and for the price, when I tell you the price on this one, you're gonna be like, what in the world? We can get a Highland for that? And I'm gonna say, yep. And then I'm gonna show you the bottom dollar pricing for Highland in this neighborhood. And it's way, I take my sunglasses off, way lower than you think it should be to buy a Highland house. So let's go inside. So here's the thing. This house, I think it's listed at like 1890 square feet. Gets 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. But when you try and get 4 bedrooms in at that square footage, they feel a little small, but honestly they're not. They're still really well done. What helps is these really high ceilings that Highland likes to put in. And of course, the 8-foot doors that are literally standard in a lot of their plans. That helps in the spacing. So let's go continue, see what's left in the house. What's great about this plan, again, it's less than 2,000 square feet. So everything's gonna kind of be super stacked together, but it still gives you some clearly defined spaces, right? So you still have a good sized kitchen. I do wish the dining room was a little bit bigger. I don't know where you would put that space, and then a separate living room space. But under 2,000 square feet with 4 bedrooms and 3 full bathrooms, it's a good use of the space. And you kind of see there's tons of natural light. We've talked about Highland at length on my channel, and anytime we can find their product, I am always a fan of it, especially when we can find it at the price point that this neighborhood is at. And I could tell you right now, because I have the sheet, I will tell you, they have one of these that's ready, that you can move into. And it is, let's go see the bedroom first and I'll tell you. So I'm not by any means an interior designer. I know what's pretty and I know what I like, but I will say more and more we're seeing this, you can kind of tell, this green, it's like a, I don't know how to describe colors. Like I understand Roy G. Biv, and then there's, you know, like sage, and so I don't know how to describe the color, but I like it. It's a very subtle green. It feels good. And I'm seeing more and more model homes do it. I'm having more clients do this in their house. The other thing in here I want to point out, these tubs, these freestanding tubs, they're super pretty. But as a big guy, I hate them. They're like kind of small for bigger people. And from a practicality standpoint, they're hard to clean behind. So I left my sheet up in here. My sheet, I didn't say anything bad. My sheet right here. It's got the price on it because I told you I would tell you that. So you can find this actual model. Like if you like this model, this is a Bristol floor plan. They do have one sitting on the ground right now that is ready for November, which means by the time you see this video, it's ready for move-in. 4-bed, 3-bath, 1885 square feet, listed 388,900. And that's before we ever talk any, you know, we go in and say, hey, so what can we do for a discount on that? Or we include their closing cost, which Highland is doing some insane closing cost stuff right now. So same exact floor plan in this neighborhood. We might be able to find it. I don't know. We'll go take a drive around and see, but 388,900. So they've got inventory, they've got front and the back side of the inventory. You could get, guys, here's the crazy thing. You could get into a Highland home. Yes, a Highland home, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,600 square feet, under 350. Particularly, really, 340 before any sort of negotiations, before we talk about any incentives. It's ready now, so you could have Christmas there. So if you're just trying to get into the market, I know a lot of people are like, man, Zach, there's nothing good at a affordable, you know, everybody, and affordable is relative for everybody, but like, there's people that we need to be under 350 and we want a good quality home and we don't want to buy from one of those crappy builders that you hate, that you always talk about. Yeah, I know. Builder that I love, super good quality, amazing neighborhood, 340, 900, 3-bed, 2-bath. They've got another 344, 384, 388, 399, 449, 2,500 square feet, 2-story, 4-bed, 3-bath, under 450 on a great lot. I remember I walked that one the other day. 466, 473, 475. Guys, so much potential out here with Highland. And again, as you see, you get a beautiful quality home. All right, so we've hit all of the model homes. Now let's go take a drive around the neighborhood and see, because, you know, model homes are one thing. Inventory actually available, that's a totally other thing. So let's go see what we can find, kind of show you the difference of like, hey, what you're seeing in these versus what you're actually able to buy. So let's go take a look. All right, we found it. I told you I would show you. So this is that Highland home I was talking about. It's 1-story, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,600 square feet. Not a bad sized yard. It's not fully finished, but it's almost done. Listen, 340, 340 for a Highland. You don't find that. Plus, the interest rate buy down right now with their lender is pretty incredible. It's in the 4s. Potential for a 1-year additional buy down. So you still get the high ceilings. You still get the 8-foot doors. You still have the Highland quality. So bedroom 2, bedroom 3. Like I said, if you're a first-time buyer, there are ways to make this happen, especially with some of the promos they're doing right now on interest rates, closing costs, in a great, great neighborhood. Is this home gonna have media room, game room? No, but again, it's under 350. Might be something worth considering. I wanna go show you, see if we can go find another Highland. I walked it a couple days ago and it had a massive backyard. So I'm gonna show you that. And then I think I'm gonna see if I can find a weekly and a maybe a K-Hop. Maybe. Let's go explore. This is another option, Highland option. You get my notes right. 3 bed, 2.5 bath, almost 2,400 square feet. Listed at 475, which means it's not actually going to be 475. And we're actually going to go start back here, because when I show you this backyard, and you're going to be like, Zach, I get all that, and it's a Highland, and it's only 475, and it's close to Buc-ee's, and fill in the blank. I don't have any other ands. You're gonna want it. Oh, okay. You ready? I'm gonna show you the backyard in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that. Do you see this stinking yard? I'm gonna have to walk all the way to the back and show you what it looks like to the front. She be deep, like real. You don't normally find this. Like I said, 475, and they're gonna have a rate promo. I think it's 475 for the life of the loan, maybe a 1-year buy down, maybe some closing costs. I want to get you into a house like this, because if I can show you the inside, let's see if they left it unlocked. They're working. Let's go inside. Guys, look at this. Okay, can't take you upstairs because they're actively working. But this is an Everly plan, which is one of Highland's most popular plans. You get this beautiful bathroom, and I showed you the yard, right? I showed you the kitchen. Why would you not want it? What more could you ask for? I want to take you over and see if we can find a couple David Weekley homes here in this neighborhood, and then we'll wrap it up. We got the 2 Highlands, and now I get to show you one of the David Weekleys. It's one of my favorite floor plans of theirs. So here we go. Get its own bedroom with a bathroom there. Study. And then bedroom number 2. Bedroom 3. Bathroom. Here's for me what I think sells this house. So obviously you've got the high ceilings, but then you come into the living room and shabam! They're higher than Snoop. Just saying, higher than Snoop at a low price. Let's look at this patio. Look at this. Woo! So this house is available, depending on when you're seeing this video, but it is available. Big, beautiful backyard. This is on a corner. This house, listen, 5255 square feet, 4 bed, 3 bath, and y'all, under 400. David Weekley home, 397, 398. I don't know what you want from me. Like, where'd y'all go? There you go. Try that again. Come back. I don't know. Like, high ceilings, study, quality builder. I got nothing else for you. I mean, I do. I always have stuff, but these are some of their home. Like I said, this is a brand new phase for all of these builders, which means they're doing some great pricing with all of their inventory and with all of their build jobs. You'll see that a lot of time with builders trying to get momentum on the ground. And I haven't even told you where I'm at. I forgot about that. I should have told you on the beginning of the video. We're in Creekshaw, specifically in Royse City, right off of Highway 30. I should have told you that, should have led with that. We're right behind, like literally, right behind Buc-ee's. Bye, house, bye. So we've been walking around out here in Creekshaw. I showed you this neighborhood probably 2 years ago when that phase over there opened, had all these same builders, and now they've all come in and built new models, come in, start showing their stuff off, and they're ready for you. At this point, this is one of the best times probably to buy a house as we end out the year 2024 going into 2025. I think you're going to see all of these builders are getting incredibly optimistic for what's going to happen here in DFW in 2025. All the sales reps that I talked to, all the VPs, all the connections, they are thinking they're going to sell more homes in 2025 than what they sold in 2020. That's kind of the feeling in the sentiment. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I do feel like there's more and more inventory coming. There's still incentives. There's still opportunities to get great deals. And we just kind of go out there and look for them and find them. And so if you're curious on where to find the best deals, or honestly, the thing you really should be curious about is how to negotiate with a builder. And if you're curious about that, I would love to help you by letting you check out this video right here.